Hey, we're the Talkers. I'm Chino.
I'm Trisha.
I'm June.
I'm all
Here's another episode of
After
Shift.
Shift.
So, how are you guys?
good. Let's ask June.
Yeah, June, how are you?
Well, thank you for checking me up, guys. I'm actually at home right now.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm just with you in spirit and in my voice, and I'm just via phone patch. So I have this acute conjunctivitis. That's why I wasn't able to go there.
But
Hey.
sorry to wake you up,
Okay.
June.
Yeah, sorry to wake you up, June, and we wish you the best. We hope that you get well soon. All right, we miss you here.
Thank you, guys.
Yep. So anyway, so what's up, guys? Trisha, what do you have for us?
Okay, I have a question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, remember on the first episode, I shared a few details about my personality that I like to go out with my ex or with an
Yeah.
ex.
Yeah, so
Well-
you're the girl.
Okay, did I just admit that?
Yeah.
All right. So, me and my ex started texting, and
Who started it?
Did you text him or did he text you?
You started it! No! You're so Molandi.
no, it was a mutual message.
Where?
What do you mean a
I don't think so. It's a mutual message.
What do you mean a mutual message?
How is it possible for you to have a
You mean
mutual
it
text
was
message?
it was a mutual thing? Like he texted you and you texted him?
I don't think
Were you guys
so.
thinking both things at the same time? Like,
No,
How about you, June? What do you think? Who started it?
I think it's Trisha because
Yeah.
she's so desperate. And ganun talaga si Trisha eh.
okay, all right,
Knowing
hold on.
Trisha.
Okay, so
And
okay,
you know
let's
what? Time is gold. Eh.
okay, let's leave it as it is. Let's just assume that Trisha was the one who texted first.
Okay,
Trisha,
I like
sorry.
that.
Yeah.
okay, fine. So we were texting together, and I asked him out.
Oh my god.
Okay, so all right. You
Brace
asked him
yourself.
out, okay. and
Okay, I asked him out. So my question to you guys is that a cool thing to do? Like a girl ask a guy to go on, not really a date, but I just ask him if we can go out and watch movie or do.
Oh
something.
yeah, I remember you mentioned that you have this X effect, right?
Right.
So yeah,
Wow,
Axe effect.
or yeah, X effect.
Yeah.
So your question is that okay? Is that a cool thing?
Yeah.
Again, it would depend on the relationship. If it went well, if the breakup went well,
Yeah,
or,
like,
I'm not saying that the breakup went well or the breakup would go well. It's just that if you guys were able to mutually
you also
part ways,
mentioned
and you guys are friends after the breakup,
We are friends.
then I guess that's okay. That's fine.
You have a point. If you guys have been able to mend things after the breakup, and perhaps if your partner asks you for a date, I think that's okay. But I don't think it's applicable to all relationships. Na nag-end na ganun,
It's
right?
right. It's a case to case basis. It really depends on how the relationship went, and how the breakup went. But you know what? This is a cool topic to discuss. Let's talk about dating.
Yeah.
Let's talk about dating.
We don't have any topics yet, right?
Yeah,
So I
let's
think
talk about dating.
we named this Dating 101.
Yeah, we'll
right?
call this episode Dating 101.
That's
All right.
So,
Yeah.
what do girls expect on a first date? What do girls expect on an actual date? Is there any preparation? And on the guys' part, what are the guys supposed to do on that date? On that first date?
What do you do
What do we
on
do?
the first
Yeah.
date?
What
What are your preparations?
Right. So in my case, going back to my case, would you guys date an ex?
I think sa akin, hindi yata pwede.
Bitter?
At this point around, no, I'm not bitter, but
Ano yan?
even though, it's just not the time yet for that.
Okay. Again, I answered the question earlier. It's a case to case basis. But based on my experience, again, I had this crazy relationship in the past, and since we ended up
Like that.
yeah, it went really bad.
Chaotic.
I would opt not to. I won't go for it anymore.
I know
Really?
Owen's
I
gonna
won't go for
confess
it.
that he's
No.
also desperate in texting his ex's sexes back.
Whatever. I
but
have
again-
2 letters for you.
Hmm.
You know that. I'll text it to you later.
Propriety, guys.
I know. It starts with letter F.
Okay.
For me, I think it really depends on the breakup.
Uh-huh.
I know it really depends on how we ended up the relationship.
Yeah. Okay, so both Owen and I have the same take
Yeah.
on it. It's a case to case.
And June said no.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
June said no.
How about you,
Trisha,
Trish? Anyway, Trish
Yeah.
is the one asking
right? She it's a yes for her, obviously.
because she started it. She hated it.
whatever.
Trisha, Tuesday Packers na siya.
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
So again, so what do we do on a date? You know, what do guys do on a date, or what should a guy do on that first date or on an actual date? And what do girls expect, or do girls have any preparations and whatnot? So that's what
Yeah.
we can talk about. Yeah, today.
So I
Right.
guess we have to ask you, coming from an expert of dating, I think
Right.
we really have to ask the smooth guy.
I wouldn't say that I'm an expert,
guru.
but the thing is, my observation is, I think a lot of guys think that they know the right thing to do, like, but in reality, it doesn't really happen. Like, the things that they planned out to do, it doesn't really happen on that actual date. So I
Yeah.
guess my first tip would be, again, on the guy's part, is to be a gentleman.
Okay.
Like, the moment that you are in that particular date, be a gentleman.
Okay. Anyway, I just have a disclaimer.
Yeah.
We're really not that expert on dating,
Yeah,
but
we're
this
not.
is based on our
Experience.
experience.
observation,
So
and
we're
life.
not claiming that, hey, you have to follow this. We're expert
Right.
on dating, but this is based on our experience, right?
Yeah. So there, that's my first one. Be a gentleman. I
Yeah.
mean,
That's fair.
any girl would like to be treated correctly, right? Again, we talked about in the previous episodes. It's all about you giving that attention to that girl. And again, you wouldn't go out on a date if you don't like that girl.
Right.
So why not treat her right?
Right.
Just as simple as opening the door first, letting her first. Letting her enter
Chivalry.
first. If you guys are going to a restaurant or something,
Will it share?
yeah, pull a chair.
Right.
So those simple things actually mean a lot to a girl.
I guess so.
What do you think, Trish?
Well, I think I would say that, of course, it would be a plus factor
Uh-huh.
if the guy is really a gentleman.
Right.
So at least it allows us to be comfortable
Exactly.
with a person. For girls, I think you just need to be yourself. Like,
First
you don't-
impressions last, remember?
Uh-huh.
correct. So just be yourself. You don't want to, mislead the guy that you're like this and like that. And then later on, when you go for a second or third date, the guy might change his mind because of what he sees.
Surprising.
Right.
After the first date. So just be yourself.
Be natural. Right?
Be natural. Like don't be shy if you order two cups of rice.
Yeah. But yeah, you know what? Sometimes that's
How
the
about you,
mentality.
Gino?
Sometimes that's the mentality. Like, let's say, like, I for one, I eat a lot. As in, super dami akong kinakain talaga. And, but I'm not the type that would not order extra rice, like, just to impress the girl, para lang hindi niya, para lang masabi niya na,
Ay.
"Oy, parang,
You
yeah,
really
like, he eats a lot.
boy?
No, I would,
And then pagkatapos, isang badihado ka na
exactly. But in reality, you go home and you eat a lot. Kasi
Right.
gutom na gutom ka, coming from a date, you were so, parang reserved. No.
Kasi ang pangit kunwari, in the first date, pa one rice ka. Pag nag-visit ka sa house, nagluto yung girl, papunta sa bahay, isang badihado, parang patay gutom ka. Hindi.
Wait, parang,
Construction
and the
ka.
impression is, parang when we were starting, you were so demure.
Correct.
And then
Right.
now, I see your true colors, something like that. So, again, be natural, be yourself.
I guess that's a very good point.
Yeah.
In dating, be natural. At least you lay down all your cards.
You lay your
down.
heart.
Right.
Yeah.
So whether that person
Right.
likes you or not, then
At least, di ba, you can either go in or step out.
Yeah.
right. How about you, June?
What do you think?
For me, I think it's about also leading and you making decisions. Kasi for guys, we need to make decisions and hindi yung magtatanong anong gusto mo or ano. Well, prior to dating, perhaps siguro, friends naman siguro kayo and you might have known at least a little about that person, what she likes or what she does not like at least. And perhaps ang mas maalala mo yung something that she likes most. So, I think leading, making decisions on a date is very crucial for a guy to do. And, well, if in the case that the guy does not have that kind of character or trait of making decisions, at least he would not, hindi naman siya yung parang, would look like not leading the date at all. But I think making decisions is part of a guy's thing
Yeah.
to
That's
perform this date na talagang the girl would say, oh, okay, I think I'm with the right guy here because he's carrying on. Parang ganyan.
I totally agree with that one, June. The guy really has to take over.
Right.
The guy should initiate the date, the planning and everything. Because it only comes to show that you really like the person. I mean, again, you wouldn't go out on a date if you don't like the person,
Correct.
right?
Right.
But there's a danger there if you're really manipulative. I mean, manipulation is different, right?
Right.
Kunwari ikaw, nag-decide ka, dito tayo kain. Paano? The question is, paano pag ayaw ng kadate mo na kumain doon? So I think it should be mutual. So it's a give
Yeah.
and take. Oh,
I think,
you have to
I
also
think it's
ask
only
your
Trisha
date.
who's doing that.
Yeah, I
right?
think it's only Trisha.
Shut up.
It's the manipulation.
No, what I
Right.
think is it's better if you also research about the person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, I mean,
That's number one.
Of
That's
course.
on the top of your list.
I mean, why would you spy for?
no,
with-
not
with that-
spy. Like what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying is, you have Facebook. Oh, of course, that person might
Okay.
have already added you on Facebook, so you may want to check out what are the things that he likes, or what are the things that
Hobbies.
you both of you would like to do. Like
Yeah.
even maybe because what so normally happens is if the guy initiated something and this person maybe doesn't eat this or
Right.
that, it's awkward for the girl to say, "I'm sorry, but I don't
Right.
eat fish," or
I'm
something.
You-
a vegetarian.
Right.
You find out common interests
Right.
so that the actual date would be interesting in
Right.
itself, right?
That's
Kasi
what I'm trying to
pangit naman
say.
if the decision will be coming from the other end. Parang arrogance na yan eh. It's really arrogance. Oh,
I,
I wanna
I
eat
think
you.
we are just talking about people who we know of, but have you ever experienced a blind date? I mean,
That's
like blind
my
date.
question actually.
Mm-hmm.
What's your take on a blind date?
I don't go out. I
How-
don't go on a blind date.
How about you, June? Have you tried?
Never experienced it too, so I have no idea as to how a blind date.
I actually
normally goes.
have been, yung parang bang marireto ka to do a blind date, but it was never,
It never
it
happened.
never materialized. Yeah,
Ah.
parang ganun. So, I also don't, I'm also not feeling comfortable with blind dates kasi
Right.
Diyos ko,
I just don't know. I always start with friendship. I always
Those
start
true.
with
That's a traditional
Being-
one eh.
Those guys who go for that, or
Yeah.
those people who go for that, those are risk takers, I would say.
Correct.
I mean,
And there's a lot of risk takers.
There's a-
Yung nakakatakot lang baka yung ka-blind date mo is serial killer pala.
yeah. So it's actually safe
Right.
to go on a date with someone
At
that your friend
least-
knows.
Exactly. Or at least you have an idea. You have his Facebook
Yeah,
account.
yeah. You know, you have an
Right.
idea as to who that person is.
So,
Yeah.
so what do you think, guys, about blind dates through internet, through the apps na ginagawa na ngayon, people nearby? Do you think that's safe? I
Well-
mean, do you think that's cool?
I
For now.
I can say I've done online dating.
Another revelation of Trisha.
Well, I
online
did.
dating.
I hope your
that.
mom's listening.
Shut up. No, I did that, but it's like I normally do it just for fun to see how it.
Fun.
Wow.
Really.
I really
For
I
fun.
had
Find fun.
no, I had an online a virtual boyfriend.
Boyfriend, ew!
Well, he wasn't.
See, guys, how desperate Tisha.
Shut up. No, because you can see. Well, sometimes there are people who find their happiness online, even though it's just they've just met online. But in that, well, you add the person in Facebook. You video chat, so you get to see each other. You chat every day.
Right.
And if you come to think of it, people are more vocal using technology rather than telling it to yourself.
Right.
Would you agree?
I guess that's the generation now.
Yeah.
That's,
I can tell I love you through text. I can tell I love you through Facebook or through email rather than telling it to yourself, right?
Right. There's this saying na what's that? Sa Facebook ang lakas-lakas ng loob pero pag nagkita
Like,
kayo
in person,
face
face to face.
they don't even dare to say hi to you or look you in the eye and tell you something.
Honestly,
This
I've
happens.
I've read,
This really happens.
I've read on an online research thingy that 7 out of 10 relationship online nagsisimula.
Wow.
It started from
That's pretty
from
high.
online.
7 out of
Right.
10.
Oh.
But you know what? Honestly, like I'm not a fan of that. I don't want to. I'm not the type who normally posts stuff on FB, like profess my love and
Yeah.
the like on
That's
on
your-
social
that's your
media. I want it face to face. If you have feelings for that person, if you like that person,
Correct.
you tell her straight up that I like you. You know, you direct it to that person. Don't use any other means. I don't know.
Right.
That's just me. Anyway, moving on. I would opt not to ask out a girl on a movie date if it's the first time. I don't want. I'm not gonna go for a movie date for the first time.
Why?
The reason behind that is because that's not the perfect opportunity to get to know that person. I would rather ask her. Again, considering that it's the first time that we will be dating, I'll consider dinner or coffee or any dessert. The thing is, or the point is, you want to get to know the person, and you want that person to get to know you too. So if you go on a movie date, it's very awkward. There's no the comfort is not yet there.
Yeah.
You guys will just be watching the movie.
And there's darkness.
Yeah.
And you know, in the
It's
in
so
the
dark.
dark,
It's so
Kanina.
correct. In the dark, there's a
I
lot
was
of things
talking alone
happening in
and
the
not
dark.
knowing that I'm on mute.
Yeah.
Right? Amazing.
It's so bland. I don't know. So again, if you are to date someone, it only means one thing: you like that person, and you want to get to know that person. And going out on a movie date for the first time is not going to actually help. So I
And
don't
you
know.
know, what if she asks you?
What?
And okay naman sa, I mean, magkakilala naman kayo and is that okay? I mean, for me, it's okay because she
Okay,
asked.
I guess I'm not saying that going out on a movie date for the first time is bad. It's just that again, your point
That's
is to
not
get to know the person. So it's
Not
not something ideal,
ideal.
yeah. But if let's say okay, in your regarding your question, if a girl would ask me out on a movie date for the first time, yeah, we can go. But I will make sure that after that movie date or after that movie,
You have a backup
we'll go out to eat. You know,
Mm-hmm.
we'll grab something to eat. We'll go out to have coffee and we'll talk.
Correct.
I
That's
think what I'm trying to say is, for Latricia type of person that you meet na siya mag-initiate like.
yeah. Trisha, what's your take on that? What do you think? Do you
Ikaw, being
yeah,
the initiator,
and being the
manipulator.
girl in this group, what do you think?
Visit kayong lahat.
We're bullying Trisha. Oh,
No, for me, I think it depends on. I think in the comfort level that I have with the guy I'm dating, like it's okay to watch movie because perhaps after dinner we can talk about what happened during the movie thing, or if we like the movie or not. That's a very good subject for conversation, and then we can talk about other stuff. So I think we can meet. I can meet both ways with
so
that.
it's the same. So after that movie, okay, you would go out. You would have dinner or coffee and talk about it. That again, that's the point. You talk on a first date because you want to get to know that person, right?
Right? I agree. Everything that you said.
Guys in the past, I don't think they have game. They got game. For girls, I think it's just okay for them. If they feel secure with the guy, even if the guy doesn't really know how to talk or how to listen, as long as they can secure the girl or they can make the girl feel secure, okay na yun, sige, let's go out on a date, on a movie date or whatever. But nowadays, girls and guys are equal. They can both earn, and girls nowadays, they love guys who talk, who listens, who they're compatible with. So, I don't know, that's
Hello. I just want to hear about your thoughts about one.
Thoughts on what?
If a guy would ask you to watch a movie on the very first date, I mean, alam kong oo
Have you
ka naman,
experienced
but
that,
I
or-
just wanted to hear anyway.
Whatever.
Did someone
Joey.
ask you? Did the guy
Yes,
ask you out first
of,
time?
Yes, most of the guys who ask me to go out, they usually go on a date.
Uh-huh.
It's seldom asking for
A date
for
with a happy ending, no?
Whoa. Okay.
mostly kasi ang pangit naman 'di ba? Kasi I think siguro movie is something that everyone can be interested in. I guess that's the reason why everyone, it's a cliche when you ask for a date, it's either dinner or movie. Am I right?
True.
So, yes, most of the time they ask me to go out on a date and we ended up in a movie. But hindi, ito. Majority, we eat first. After eating, we always go to the last full show.
Okay. All right. Again, disclaimer, guys. I'm not saying that going out on a movie date is bad. It's just that we're talking about first time.
Right.
Dating for the first time. So again, I would not really recommend you to ask that girl out on a date for the first time to watch a movie.
And
to
it's
catch
really
a movie.
awkward, oh. Meet tayo, kita tayo. Oh, hindi
Yeah.
ka sa glorieta, ganyan-ganyan.
What are you wearing?
Oo, what are you
Or
wearing?
something like
O
that.
sige, nakabili na ako ng ticket. Tapos pag kita nyo ng ticket, pasok ulit
It's
sa
so,
sinihan.
it's awkward.
Di ba, it's really awkward.
Because again, there's no connection yet.
Exactly.
You're in the process of getting to
That's
know
my
each other.
point. So we have to know
Get
get
to-
to know each other
yeah.
first, and then after that, you can go out in a movie.
Yep.
Right.
And then after
Right.
that, coffee.
I have a
I
question.
think Chino is also trying to say something, and I want Chino to tell us this. So, if a girl after the first date would ask you to watch a movie with her, what does that exactly mean to us guys? I think Chino has a good answer for that.
I don't
What
know.
does that
I'm
mean?
not gonna. I'm not going to. I don't have anything for that. I mean, I'll take it as it is. She wants to go out on a date.
Then
She wants to
be
watch
it.
a movie. She wants to see the movie, but I'm not going to assume anything. Probably she just wants to see the movie with me, which is very flattering, right? But again, I'll make sure that after that movie date, okay, after watching that movie, we'll grab something to eat, or we'll probably have coffee to talk about it, or to again, it's a way for us to get to know each other.
Right. Okay.
Right.
I have a question
And
for you.
I think it's a good indication that after the first date, siguro mga following dates, and the girl would ask you to watch a movie with you. That means she's getting more comfortable because the space, I mean, when you watch a movie, you sit side by side, and of course, syempre mas extra special siya than any other date, I guess, and that would spark something
Yeah.
more.
The mere
Yeah.
fact that you asked her on a movie date, or she asked you to go out with her and to catch that movie, is an indication that that you like each other. That she likes you, you like her.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
but again, we're talking about getting
That's
to
what
know
guys
that person.
would really like to know if the girl would respond good and better if the girl would be comfortable being asked about.
Uh huh.
How about you, June? Have you ever dated
Ano?
someone, or have you?
Ask someone to watch movie.
It's the same question, although of course, hindi lang masyadong halata
masyadong
sa
halata. So,
personality.
Did you ask her?
But,
You know who I'm talking about.
Oh, hold on.
okay, so,
Which is okay. I actually have another good point here. Don't bring up your ex unless asked.
Yeah.
What do you guys think
Yeah.
about that?
I think that's a very not just decent, ethical rule.
Don't,
Never
don't,
never
don't-
talk about your ex.
Don't compare your ex to
don't
your
talk
date.
about your relationship,
Nakakabwisit
your
kaya
past
yun, di ba?
relationship.
Right.
You love the conversation. Tapos, alam mo ba, si ganito, si ex, ang ganyan-ganyan,
Right.
di ba?
Or, naalala ko.
Ay,
this
naalala ko,
pala.
You know what?
mahilig kami manood ng
Right. So again,
I
you
think
only.
guys are actually proactive about that. I think girls are more proactive in telling who's your ex because they're the ones who's curious, right?
I don't know,
mean,
Trish. We'll
Let's ask
Trisha.
Trish.
Yeah. What do you think?
Sometimes, if I think if you guys are a stranger from each other, maybe you ask that. But I think that's true. I think sometimes girls are, since we wanted to know the guy, we normally ask how many relationships
One of the
did
questions,
you
yeah,
have?
one of those
Right.
major
So
questions that
it's
girls
ethical.
ask.
Hindi mo talaga aaminin ng gayon. diba?
Okay. Chino, let me ask you. If someone would ask you, how many... Is it ethical? Don't you feel offended if someone would ask you on a first date, are you in a relationship right now?
Or how many?
How many?
exes-
Or how many exes did I have? Like, if that girl would ask me that, I guess it's fine.
It's
But if
okay.
I bring up my ex in the conversation, considering that it's the first time that we've met each other and it's the first time that we're dating each other, that's not
No,
right.
no.
It's not right.
Right.
And it's also not ethical for a guy to ask
Ask.
that girl about her ex. Again, the girl has to initiate here. I don't know. That's my take.
So, meron tayong sexist dito. Parang,
No.
No, I think that's
It's part of being a gentleman, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would be offending on a girl, like if the guy I'm dating with would ask me about my ex, like why would you need to know? And versus I think guys would still think it's cute that the girl asked them
Yeah.
about their previous relationship unless
You know,
they start comparing.
my point on that is just keep it to yourself. Yun lang.
All right.
So be sensitive. This is another rule in dating.
Yeah,
Be
be
sensitive.
sensitive.
Okay, be sensitive.
Ah,
You would know what your date wants, right?
Right.
Like you can
Right.
actually see the signs. So
Anong klaseng sensitivity to?
No, I think you would know by the
Hindi,
movement.
Ito yung sensitivity na, guys, you should be sensitive enough that you should foot the bill every time there's a date.
Oy.
Would you agree with me?
that's actually a good point, June. I
Right.
agree with you on that one. That's my take too.
Guys
If-
should pay.
Guys should always pay
Sa amin!
because
Diba, nakakatawang isipin because Trisha would ask and then,
You don't want me to say that word,
may
Juna.
stomach na, sige, dapat ikaw ang sumagot ng bill.
for some reason it would be so awkward on the guy's part if the
Yeah.
girl would ask for the bill. Again, this is considering that you guys
No.
went out for the first time.
Correct.
It's awkward on the guy's part.
Let me clarify that. I'm not asking for us to go on a date, like a romantic date. It's just me asking him to
go on a
ca-
date.
to catch up. Like, hey, what's
Yeah,
been
catching
going
up.
on?
So
Yeah,
catching
catching
up.
up is different because
So there's a thin line between
It's very-
catching up and dating.
because this person, I knew him already. This is
Yes,
not
but
like
it's still dating your
Yeah.
ex.
I would still consider that as dating.
Yeah.
so which means I need to
okay,
pay the
because
bill.
no, not really. But if I were that guy that you were dating, if I were that ex of yours, I would still get the bill.
Yeah, because
It's
being a gentleman,
being a gentleman,
going
being
back to the
sensitive.
first
I hope
rule
he's
that you have.
listening.
I'll get the bill.
Correct.
I'll get
I
the
hope
bill.
he's listening.
Because the mere fact that I said yes is an indication that I want to be with you at that particular moment. It doesn't matter as to what you guys have talked about or what you guys will be talking about. It's a catch up or a movie or whatever. It doesn't matter. The mere fact that I said yes, I'll pay for it. I have to pay for it.
Yep.
See?
I think
It's ethics.
default
Guys should
for
know
guys.
this.
Yeah. It's default. It's ethical, and that's the way it should be done.
And again, let me just say this. I mean, if you guys are already in a relationship, it's now going to be
Yeah.
different.
Yeah.
You guys have an agreement. You guys are committed. So
That's-
I guess if
that's kinda
you
like
guys share it,
conjugal.
that's technically that's probably fine.
What's your take? What can you say about the guys or dating that is KKB, kanya-kanyang bayad?
No. Even if the girl insists, I would have to say that the guy should get the bill. Do whatever it takes for you to pay for the whole meal or for the whole affair.
So anong tawag sa mga lalaking yun?
I don't know.
Sensitive. Yun ang tawag
Loser.
ko. Sensitive.
Sweet
Because
dick.
you wouldn't.
Sweetie.
Okay, and let me raise this too.
Pocket sensitive.
You don't go out on a date unprepared. If I'm sorry, but if you don't have enough money, if
so
you're not
what-
financially
okay,
okay,
so what do you do?
don't go on a date.
Ano sasabihin mo sa girl? Kunwari, nagsabi yung girl, oh,
I'm not gonna put myself in that position in the first place if I'm not financially okay.
sa bagay, yeah.
Again, you very much know that if you start dating,
You
it's
have
go-
to have
you-
finances.
it would really cost you.
And I think
Well,
It's costly.
go ahead, Tisha.
sorry, I think it's an investment too. Like being
Yeah,
in a
it is.
relationship is an investment financially and emotionally.
You don't just
Because
invest emotionally. but
I
also-
agree with that too. And ang kaso nga lang, I think we should not reduce dating as if like it's always on a higher ground. I mean, I think dating sa fishbowlan, I guess, is sweet. I mean,
That's
dating
totally
and-
fine.
And simple things. I mean, it
Yeah.
does not really require too much.
But
I guess. Yeah.
but at the end of the day, it's all about being courteous as a guy. It's
Right.
ethics, it's being a gentleman, being sensitive. Again, we're trying to review the list here. Yeah, again, my take is guys should pay.
okay.
If it's just a
Guys
date,
should pay.
if it's just
We should say.
yeah. But in the relationship, it's different.
Okay, I just want to go back again to Trisha, and then I'd like to ask this question, okay? I mean, this has been bothering my mind for
Wow.
several
What is that?
days already. Okay, here's a question. Question number 1. Here's the golden question. And here's a golden ticket. Would you date? Makinig ka! Ano ba? Would you date an ex of a best friend?
So let's say your best friend.
Oo. Kunwari, may
and-
best friend ako,
and his
tapos
ex.
may ex ako.
Oh,
O kunwari, may boyfriend ako ngayon. Tapos nagkahiwalay kaming dalawa. Tapos, yung friend ko, nagde-date sila ngayon. What's your take on it, guys? Would you do that?
Oh my
Ikaw,
gosh.
June, what's your take on it?
Parang may pinaghuhugutan.
Che!
I think I cannot answer that much on the end.
But
I think it's okay. It's an adult decision.
We're best friends.
Mm.
So, is that a yes?
That your best friend would date your ex?
Oo, ikaw, what's your take on it?
For me, it's okay. I think it's moving on.
So your take is they should have already moved on and it shouldn't be an issue. My take is no, I'm not gonna go for it. Why? just imagine this. You guys are in a party. You guys are best friends, so you should be in the same party, same crowd, and all of a sudden you would bring your current partner or
That's
girlfriend
mine.
or
That's the ex
boyfriend,
of-
and he or she is the ex of your best friend. How would that look? I mean, it's really awkward. Really, really awkward. I don't know. So I'm not gonna go for
Well,
it.
you wouldn't really bring her to a party or what? I mean, invite her.
He's just
Pero
giving a
syempre, that
situation.
situation. Awkward nga talaga siya.
Yeah, and then I mean, if you guys are really best friends, I mean, and considering that the ex is your current partner, I mean, I'm sure you being best friends, it's a long-term thing.
Parang yung term na
What?
nilawayan mo,
Why,
nanilawayan
Owen?
mo.
What's your thoughts about it?
There you go again with your quotes.
Grabe. Well,
Trisha, what do you think?
for me, I think it's okay as long as we ended in a nice way. Because if we mutually ended the relationship and then the best friend, the guy and the best friend
But
ended
if,
up
what if you
together,
guys still have feelings for?
well, then that's different. Then
So, bakit
it's
ka nakikipag-awala kung meron ka pa palang feelings? Ano ba yan? Ang gulo mo naman, Owen. Can you
Whatever,
just answer
June,
your own
shut up.
question?
no. I think it's part of moving on that you're letting that person free. And
But isn't that a sign of being disrespectful?
why would you be disrespectful if you're no longer in a relationship with a person?
I just don't get. I just don't get your
think
point.
you are just being dragged of your being ampalayan.
That makes sense.
I think that's
Well, yeah, if you are to act maturely about it, if you are to think about maturity here, then I guess it's okay. Again,
It's okay.
you have already moved on. But again, my take, I'm not gonna go for it. I mean, there's a lot of
I think
a lot of
for
girls
your,
there.
for your part,
there.
it's more of delicadeza.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just respect there. I don't know.
At the end of the day, parang if you come to think of it, respect pa rin. Kumaga, respect the
Well,
friendship.
yeah, no.
I guess this is yung ganitong klaseng scenario. This is a rare one, a unique one, right?
Right.
So I've been in a rare situation.
Yeah, a very unique one. What about this one? Don't put your best foot forward right away.
What do you mean by that? Can you expand
Right
on
away.
Okay, because the reason as to why I said it is because if you put your best foot forward right away on that first date, you set the expectation or the bar too high. You have already set it up too high, and you might have a hard time.
So, wag pa impress.
Yeah, you might have a hard time beating that.
Correct.
Okay,
I guess
on your
that's right.
succeeding dates.
So are you guys telling us that best foot forward means to impress? I mean, do you
Yeah.
really do that? I mean, I think you always give your best every time, right?
Yeah, but not. I think what I
we
understand
define
from
what best foot forward means, so that our listeners would know what's the fine line between best foot forward and you just being your natural self, but at your best.
I think being too impressive. I mean,
Right. I think that's the.
That's what.
Like you
want
go
to point
beyond
out.
your boundaries.
Exactly.
Again, we want
Yung to the point na hindi kasi diba you were saying earlier, just be natural. Wag
Yeah.
yung masyadong
Exactly.
pa-impress na kasi at the end of the day mag-expect yung girl, ay ganito pala siya.
Exactly. So, come the time that you would have to
Ah.
put your best foot forward again, you might not be able to beat the prior one because it was too high. The bar was set too high.
Well, let's ask Trisha for that. Trisha, what's your thoughts
Yeah,
about
What's your
that?
take on it?
Yeah.
Well, I think I think I would agree with Owell. Girls would normally expect like sometimes if you
Ganun
don't
naman kayo,
meet-
mga clingy kayo.
like if you don't, because we feel that we should be treated properly and
O si, clingy?
we're not clingy, we're just too expecting. Char.
O si, ganun pa rin yun.
We should be treated like a princess, you know. And anyways,
Princess Fiona.
Ito, Owen. Paano kay Owen? Ano siya?
Whatever.
Ayoko na masyadong clingy. I just wanna be fair sa relationship. Give and take. Pero ayoko na masyadong
pa-impress.
Pa-impress.
Ito, another one. Don't be cocky.
Yun.
All right, yeah.
Diba?
True.
I guess
That's
it's kind of
you know,
related.
honestly, that's a major
I think
turn
that's a
off.
no-no
Yung
for
pagiging
Owen.
cocky.
Yeah.
Oo.
That's related.
You
Like,
don't have to be cocky.
baga, anyone would like to impress the
Yes,
partner,
but
right?
not to the point of being cocky.
Yeah, not to the point of again going way beyond your boundaries, right?
Overboard, yeah.
Right.
Like what June said. Oh, June!
All right. So I think this is the final list that I have. Wear comfortable clothes or clothes that are appropriate for your date.
Don't
Okay.
overdress.
Right.
Pwede bang mag-gown?
Of course not.
Ay,
Like,
hindi. Ako, pag nagde-date ako, gusto
Try
ko
mo.
mag-gown ako. Yung sequins na may masala-salamin. Mga ganon.
It depends on where you guys are going on that first
Right.
date or on that particular date.
right.
Pwede mag-headdress din.
Because imagine if you will be having a date at the mall and then you're wearing your 4 inches heels. Imagine how
And
Ito
your
na
black
lang.
dress,
And
I
your
mean,
black
that's not
dress.
appropriate,
Here,
right?
it's very hot and you're wearing long sleeves tas bumubula na yung kilikili.
I agree. I agree with that. If it's just a typical stroll in the mall, then just wear shorts. I
Kasi
guess.
fake, ito na lang, for example, Chino,
my God.
nagkaya tayo, magmawa tayo, akala mo, long sleeves ka, sweatshirt,
yeah.
sweatshirt ka, dun pala ka sa seaside pupunta.
So again, it's part of being sensitive. You know, it's part of planning too. You should plan it as well. Oh yeah, that's funny. That's crazy. What about this one? Would you date your boss or your office mate?
Oh, I love that question.
I love that question.
Would
Chino,
you-
can I ask you, let me get that question and then throw it back to you, Chino.
Hold on, before I answer, June.
Okay,
What do you
throw
think?
back.
Would you date your office mate?
Yeah, or your
Why
boss, or your
dated an office mate?
or your subordinate,
Did you
right?
date an office
Office mate?
mate?
I think the most na siya nun eh.
June,
You're slapping me into something that you really like it. Yeah, I did ask her for a date, and at the same time, kasi ako yung tipo ng taong I do not like ask, I tell. So after we've gotten to know each other, kaya I think I can remember ang una kong sinabi sa kanya for me not to be rejected was, tara, mag-lunch tayo.
Ang kapal ng mukha.
Oo naman gagapo ko, right?
Wow, pogi problems, June. Like put that hashtag there. My take on it.
Ikaw.
It's okay. It's okay as long as you keep it professional. As long as you do the courtship outside of work, outside of your
Right.
shift. Again, it's all about being professional. You have to set aside your personal thing
Correct.
and your work or your professional thing. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, just set that aside and do it after shift.
Wow!
After shift.
After shift.
Yes.
Ni Chino yan.
Court her
guys,
after shift.
if you have anything about dating a subordinate or dating someone who is higher than you guys, I think the direct line should be on Chino.
Okay,
Bakit ka
right
bumabawi?
Yeah, June, why are you bashing me here on the episode?
Right.
But that's my take. As long as you keep it professional.
May next podcast pa tayo
Yeah,
sa
there
Power
definitely is. Yeah.
Right.
Trisha, what do you think?
You know what? I've been thinking about that question for a long time. I would say it really depends because sometimes I would consider our economic status like
Oh,
if that
huh?
was my subordinate.
Economic status.
Or yeah, because why? Of course, I don't want to go out on a date and expect that person to pay and then you know how you are, right? Like when your
Correct.
salary is at this point, you want to go out at a nice place. What if that person brings me to Quezon City Circle?
Yeah.
I don't want to offend
Or
him.
Luneta.
Or
Langit
Luneta,
ako, lupa
right?
ka, ganun yung...
So I would also consider their economic
Or
status.
if you'd like, you can go to Seaside. Para bumula kilikili.
But again, if you put yourself in that situation, okay, let it be dating someone from outside the office or dating someone within the office, you have to be prepared. You very
Right.
much know what you're getting into. So the least that you could do is to prepare. You know that it's going to really cost you, right? So
it
be
costs
prepared.
you gossips.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Emotional investment.
Yep. But again, as long as you guys are keeping it professional, then I think that should be fine. And it should not affect your work at all.
As long as it does not affect your work, and then
Yeah.
well, that's
For
fine.
any decisions that you make
Correct.
within work,
It will
should
not
affect
compromise
that.
work,
It
as
should
long
not
as-
compromise work. Yep.
Right.
Awesome.
So ultimately, our last question I think would be, what are you guys going to do after the date? So what if
the continuity.
one is because there shouldn't be any problem if you like the girl, like you ask her for a second date and you move on from there. But what if you got turned off on the first date?
Wow.
So how would you tell the person that
I don't like it.
I don't like
you
it anymore? I don't want to go on a second
You
date.
know,
That's,
that's really my.
conflict.
If you ask me, that has really been my what do you call this? I don't know how to deal with it. So I always ended up not texting anymore, or yun I close the door. Yun lang. Yun yung and that's what I want to ask you guys. So,
But you're-
in that situation, you Chino, in that situation, what do you usually do? Nag-date kayo. And then you found out
Yeah.
that you don't like the person.
Yeah, like that's
I-
actually the good thing about going on that first date. You would actually gauge yourself, that person, if you really like that person.
Right.
But if let's say after that first date you did not really
Ay,
like that
parang,
person, you don't like that person, or
So what do you
think na
how
wala
do you
kayong connection or something.
Yeah, because those things I really can't handle, honestly. Those things that I can't handle. So how do you handle
I
it?
haven't been in that situation, but I think the best tip that I could give is don't kumbaga, don't act sweet, or don't do anything that would make that girl expect. Yeah. Treat her like a friend. I mean, I'm
Our
sure.
friend zone.
Yeah, I'm sure
Friend
that
zone.
person would feel it. You know,
Right.
would feel if the treatment is really, parang I think he just thinks of me as a friend, not a girlfriend or a partner.
Ikaw, June, what do you usually do in that situation?
Well, I only dated 3 girls in my life at this point
Wow.
in time. So, hindi siya talaga parang guy. I think I'm not the right person on how you handle it. But I would agree to Chino na you stay civil, you do not, basta friendly pa rin, and you should not do anything that would insinuate or that
Yeah.
that the girl would expect
Don't-
something
Friend zone
out
talaga.
from your treatment or what.
Because my take on it is, I think for us girls, don't just stop texting us. Because sometimes we feel that, I feel that the guy really likes me. And then suddenly you stop texting us. So what's the problem?
Yeah, again,
Right.
going back to being sensitive, you have to be
Right.
sensitive. So again, if you don't like the girl, or if you don't like your date after that first date, yeah, don't stop texting right away, or don't
Right.
end the communication right away.
But the
Graceful
problem-
exit.
But the danger is, paano pag naghabol yung isa? Yung, bakit ganyan ka na?
No,
Ay,
you just need to tell them honestly that you
Yeah.
feel that
That's-
there's no connection?
That's the worst case scenario. Yung maghahabol yung partner,
Oo.
yung date mo.
Yung date mo.
But again,
Mag-expect
what would
siya.
trigger her to expect?
Alam mo naman, daming baliw-baliwan.
Yeah,
there.
or probably she misread your actions.
Oh. Alam mo,
Yeah.
you know what? Sometimes kasi yung tinatawag lang na I miss you, may double meaning na sa iba yun eh.
Yeah.
You think he likes
sometimes
you, no? Ay,
it's I love you na eh.
yung,
Yeah.
kumain ka na ba? Yung mga
Right,
ganon.
yeah,
It's sometimes being misunderstood by some people that you're liking someone if you
Right.
text that kumain ka na ba? Mga ganon.
And I think a general rule for us girls would be when the guy dated you for the first time, like, I think it's better to alter our expectations. Like, if the person did not text us, I think we should learn to read signs.
Yeah.
If the person did not
Being
text
Be
us,
sensitive.
yeah,
Exactly.
anymore, then that's a sign. You don't,
He probably doesn't like you.
right. But I think
And the other way around.
It's really because I'm really like, for girls like me that I'm naive. Like, I just dated a few guys. Like, it's hard for us to read signs
Uh-huh.
sometimes, because especially if I have a lot of guy friends. So, it's better for the guy to just to just be honest and be direct that
Oh,
this is not working. I think it's better if we, it's just if we remain friends, something like that.
that's actually a good point, Trish.
Being upfront.
Going back to being natural,
Right.
be honest.
Correct.
Be honest. Be sincere. That's a good one.
For me naman, I think my final say on the list would be make every moment count, make everything extra special, because it's a good way of investing your relationship. And at the same time, you do not stop after dating. So after it's been successful, so you still surprise her every waking day, and dating is it's a lifetime, and I
Right.
think even after marriage and even after life, I guess you will still up to date, and
Yeah.
it does not stop on the courtship period, but it lasts after that.
Uh-huh.
Something like
It's
that.
just the beginning.
Yeah, quality over quantity. So what do you guys think? Anything else that you guys have in mind?
Yeah, I think we have to leave the question to the
Yeah.
to the
Our
listeners.
listeners.
We'll bring you up this question, listeners. What do you guys think? Anything that you might want to share with us as far as dating is concerned?
Alright.
Please do leave those comments there on our Facebook page. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and SoundCloud. That's after_shift. So till the next podcast, talkers signing out. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Have a good shift.
Bye.
Have a good shift.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good week.